Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters from anime, series or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86 and today we're gonna do an unboxing of Pokemon Inferno X. This is the next set from the Mega Evolution, which is called Inferno X. You have a giant picture of Mega Charizard, and this is obviously the main card from Inferno X. Here's what it looks like on the sides. Here you have some familiar faces there. And then later we'll see what's inside this particular booster pack. This is the one that drove a lot of controversy, which was a special collaboration between Pokemon and McDonald's, where they actually released some booster packs and the people went very wild. This made head news everywhere, where scalpers were just buying the Happy Meals just to rip off the carts, and then they ended up just throwing the food away. So you ended up seeing a lot of different shots of McDonald's just being filled with Happy Meals and food just sitting there while all the carts were being ripped away, which is very sad in this community. And that just shows how the problem with scalpers has really gotten out of hand. So we'll take our shot here and we'll see what I actually got. So as we open the box, you have the two flaps showing the Mega Charizard, which then shows the booster packs. Check them out. Overall, I really like the design of the booster pack. They have a picture there of the Mega Charizard. Here's what it looks like on the back side. And then obviously here it tells you what the content is of each one. And then here you can see where it's coming from. And obviously since this is the one from Japan, it only has 5. So now let's go take a look at them. Hopefully I get lucky. So just a little background on Inferno X. This is the second Japanese expansion to the new Mega series. So in this one, the big deal is the Mega Charizard X, as the series continues to give us some more different variants of the Mega Evolution lines, which is basically a recreation of the other Mega X that we had in the past, known as the XY expansion. That one was when we were first introduced to this whole Mega Evolution idea, which basically brought in several different Pokemon that had this particular ability. And now since then it has expanded, and so now we have this new expansion with Inferno X, which basically brings us back to XY, again bringing in all these Mega Evolution Pokemon. And now it correlates with the new Pokemon game Legends ZA, which is the same theme here. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. For this one, some of my key takeaway Pokemon cards that I'm really looking forward to would be the Mega Heracross, the Charmander, the Charmeleon. And I say those because if you look at the Mega Charizard, that is basically the must-have all card, and obviously I hope I do get it. That is one of the major reasons why I ordered this particular booster set box, is because those same exact images are actually featured in that particular Mega Charizard card. You also have a Charizard in the background, which I'm not really sure which one that came from. If you know in the comments, please let me know. But that is the reason why, because I'm really trying to do a display that will kind of walk up the cards to that black Mega Charizard. The other cards that I'm also looking forward to is the full art Dugong, the full art Wigglytuff. And that is because I want to do a 151 full illustration cards. Right now I have the 151 as they are as regular cards with a small window, but now I want to do that showing the full card. The other cards that I want to get is the full art of Mega Heracross. Actually, I'm not really particular set on it. If I get the full illustration card, that's fine. If I get the EX version of it, that's also fine. To me, that is better than the old one that was released a while back, if you remember that one. The other one is I want to get the full illustration art of Dawn. That is also because I want to do the same thing with the trainer card. And finally, I won the Mega Evolution of Sharpedo. I do have the original one, and it took me years to get that one. I finally have it, but this one looks like a remake of that, and it looks better. So I want to get that one as well. And hopefully I get lucky as we continue to check out these booster pack rips. I have a feeling with all these ice types and water types, the full illustration cards will eventually paint a bigger puzzle that ties back to the Dugong, because I have seen some of the backgrounds and they are fantastic. I really like how they were depicted, and this is no exception. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. The other thing is that Inferno X is providing several support cards and trainer cards that are basically aimed at fire and dark type Pokemon. And in case you was wondering, this particular set, it was called out to have at least about 80 cards. But if you look at the American variant, that one is known as Phantasmal Flame, and that one carries about 120. And in that one, again, the big card to get is the Charizard X. EX. Phantasmal Flames is the counterpart to the Japanese Inferno X, which is the one you're seeing here, but it also comes with other releases. So if you look at the North American variant, you will see that in its booster packs, not only does it have the Mega Charizard X, but it also brings Mega Gengar, Mega Heracross, and Mega Lopunny. So they added more variation there to go along with the extra cards that you're getting there. So in this one, both expansions overlap to each other. Now you're getting a revival of all the Mega Pokemon that were released already in Pokemon X and Y series. So in this one, you expect to see some of the old ones come back, maybe with better graphics and better stats. But it's also another shot to capture these particular Pokemon, as well as introduce new ones that have came along since then. I hope at some point we get Mega Pinsir, because I think that is one that has been known for a while, but it still hasn't showed up in any Pokemon cards that I've seen so far. So that is one that I still hope to get to see. As far as the other ones, let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. Boom, we got one. This is one of the cards that I wanted to get. So we got the Charmeleon. And this one we got Lopunny, so check it out. Do you like the new Mega Evolved Pokemon? I know the ones that came out for the new video game, Pokemon Legends ZA. I wasn't too thrilled about the Dragonite one. I think for that one they could have did a little bit more. But I have seen some that are really cool. I like what they did with the Venusaur, the Charizard, the Blastoise, the Alakazam, especially the Gengar. The Gengar to me has been a really good one. The Kangaskhan one, I don't see too much there for him. I think they could have did more with them. The Gyarados one, that one looks pretty good. Same thing with the Aerodactyl. Then on the Mewtwo, they gave them 2, an X and a Y, similar to the Charizard. I also like the way Sizer looks and the Heracross one. Here's the Charmander. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts. The other ones that look really cool are the Aggron, in my opinion. And same thing with Banate. I know Absolve came out and that one looks really cool as well. The other one is Garmachop. That one looks amazing as well. And I can't forget about the Beedrill and the Pidgeot. Those were really amazing ones. But some of the new ones that are highlighted for Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm not too crazy about the Clefable one. Victric Bell, I think that one they could have did more. Same thing with the Starmie. The Starmie I feel like it was lazily done as well. And same thing with Meganium. I think that one was also lazy. But you let me know in the comments what your thoughts. Like I said, I'm not too crazy about some of the new ones. I think they're a little bit exaggerated or too cartoonish in my opinion. But nevertheless, here we have them. And here we are with Inferno X, trying to get some of the bigger top hits. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Did you see that? I pulled it. Wow, this has never happened to me before. Look at that. Wow, that made this thing totally worth it. And I guess this is the best feeling ever that anybody has ever felt when they pull these cards. And honestly, here it is. Wow, not in a million years did I think I was gonna get this one. Look at that. Such a beauty. Wow, that made this package totally worth it. Honestly, I thought I was just gonna throw away my money like usual, but these things usually when you get them, I mean, it's like throwing a bazooka out there and you hit what you hit. And honestly, most of the time you're gonna get all the common cards, but the secret rare cards and all that, you might hit a couple here and there, but this is it right here. This made it totally worth it. Boom. Mission accomplished. Holy cow. Take that, scalpers. Wow. Totally worth it. Speechless. Now I need to go play the lottery. It's the next set. Here you go, another one. The Dugong I was looking for. Take a look at that one. I know it's not as excited as looking at the Charizard, but obviously here we still gotta continue. I'm really liking the full illustrated cards, and that is why I decided to make a run at it at the 151 only, just to capture all those Pokemon in full illustration form. So that is the secondary quest, which is the other thing that prompted me to get this Inferno X. As you saw here, I already backed the Charizard X EX version, and I just happened to back the Dugong. So technically my check marks have been done, completed. Nothing much out of this one, but I do get this one. Here's the secondary pass at that Mega Charizard X EX. And I really like it. This one, they really did something different that I haven't really seen in other Pokemon cards. Here you have the full evolution line from Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, all the way to Mega Charizard X. And the other thing that I like about it is how they just did it. So once again, I really hope to get the other 3 evolution lines to simulate exactly what's in the picture. I honestly thought we got that on this particular series, but I was wrong. Now after this one, I'm not too crazy about filling out the rest of them because obviously the main objective is already filled, but here's the other one that was in my to get list. Here I have finally Mega Sharpedo, and this one I also got it in the XY version that came out a while ago, but I think the full illustration art on this one is a lot better than what we see here. Even this one, looking at it, it just seems to be a revamped version of that original one, and that is one thing that I felt like they did in the original XY when they introduced all these Mega Evolutions. And some of them I feel like they made them all mostly EX, but you can't really grab that graphic illustration as good as if it was done as a full illustration card. And I say that because we have the text and everything that is in the way, which hides some of the Pokemon's hidden features that would basically give you more, I want to say more enjoyness out of the work of art that was done. So I kind of feel like on some of those they basically did the minimum just to get the new particular Pokemon out there, where here I feel like now that they have some kind of baseline, now they got to come back with round 2 to keep us more in tune to the Mega Evolutions. So that's why you kind of see them go all out on the Mega Charizard X, since that is the main mascot of this whole particular Inferno set. And it's also the same mascot that they use for Phantasmal Flames, and you can see that in all their advertisement and everything, which is what got all the scalpers super happy and excited because they think they're gonna bankroll the average collector. But I have a feeling that these Charizards are a lot easier to get than what they've done in the past. So hopefully this is another stab at the scalpers not to overcharge for those particular sets, because I know right now they hoarded all the boxes as much as they could. So hopefully that bubble crashes so it can just go back to regular collecting here. But one thing that I do want to see as they further improve on this Mega Evolution line is to give us some more full graphic illustration cards that actually depicts the Mega Evolved Pokemon in its full entirety. And honestly, these breakout EX windows don't really cut it for these, especially if you're trying to depict the Pokemon in a full gracious art. because I feel like once you're limited to that little window with all the text and all the effects that you're putting on there, it takes away from the image. So that is something that I'm hoping that they do more with the full-blown illustration cards. It's okay to still bring some of them in their regular breakout windows, but I think if they focus more on the art, I think that will be a lot better, especially since this is the second pass at them since Pokemon XY. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Are you excited to recollect some of these? I know they already re-released the Mega Venusaur, and in that one it looks a lot better. I'm not too crazy of how they did the art for it. I'm still 50-50 when you compare that one to the original one. I feel like they could have did better with it, and I know for the first pass they kind of chose to do like a cartoon style, but if you can do some different illustration art, and for me particular, there's some that I really like a lot versus other ones of how they're depicted in the illustrations. I'm not a huge fan of the ones that really look cartoonish. I like the ones that have more realistic to it, or the ones that just seems like a really good work of art where the illustrator actually spends some time depicting that Pokemon. And that is an example. If I go back to the Mega Venusaur versus the Mega Charizard, in that one you can kind of see the two different styles of the illustration art, and obviously for me, I really like how they did the Mega Charizard X versus how they depicted the Venusaur. To me, that Venusaur looks a little bit more cartoonish. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Titandel86. Here, as we collect some more Pokemon, you can see I did get a bunch of decent pulls. I am noticing that I am completing some of the evolution lines, but I'm also noticing that I am getting a couple repeats. I think the most famous one that I have right now is that Moltres. It just keeps showing up very frequently, but I do see some other good ones that I also like. Last booster pack right here. Let's see what we get. I really like that illustration of the Oddish. Here's the legendary dog, and that one, I think they could have did more with them. I feel like this particular art has been repeated already before. I haven't seen too many good depictions there. Now for our bonus booster pack that came from McDonald's. Let's see what this one in stores for us. This one, the only goal here is to get the Pikachu that is eating the cheeseburger. This is almost like we need a drum roll. So here it goes. And boom, there it is. And here's the other one. But this is really the card that is to get here out of that particular McDonald's set. So overall, I had a good decent pulls here, especially this one and this one, which were the two main cards that I really wanted to get. So mission accomplished. Here's a quick snapshot of all my favorite ones that I pulled, and like I said, I really like the art ones. Here you can see that I got the full evolution line of Piplup, which is one that I somewhat 50-50 on. I like what they did here, and I really like the artwork that they did for that particular card. I really like this evolution line from Sundial to Krokorok to Crocodile. I know they released them as full art illustrations, so those are probably ones that will make the exception to go and get. And now here's the main event one from Charizard Charmeleon to Mega Charizard X. Here's another close-up. I'm just really surprised and amazed that I was actually able to pull this card on this particular booster box set. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And this is again why I really like this particular one, is because it features all the full evolution lines of Charmander and Charmeleon being depicted there. And I really like how they did the art. The art is really amazing. There you can see the Charizard in the background. To me, just made getting this whole package totally worth it. Usually this does not happen to me. Usually to get these types of Pokemon, I gotta struggle just to get them here. Now here's the Seal and the Dugong evolution line, and again this was another win with the full illustration card. As you can see here, another beautiful artwork. I also like this Oddish one. This Oddish one really captivated me. I really like how they depicted it. I can't say the same thing for Gloom and Vileplume, but that one was really good. And here's the other controversial card of the Pikachu trying to get that Big Mac. I know that one has a lot of history that will be talked about for years, especially on how the Pokemon community and the scalpers have really became greedy over time. Here's some other ones of my favorite ones. And here again is Mega Sharpedo in the EX form. So again, to me, this one's just a revamp of the one that came out from XY series. And here we are. These are the cards that really stood out to me the most, that I like, out of the particular pulls that came out of these booster packs. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Titandel86. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you have seen, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll see you next week with a brand new one. Thank you and bye.